What is up, guys? Drew Martin here in Las Vegas, Nevada, with this week's video where my bets line up with Ed Fang's power rank numbers. Check out thepowerrank.com, some of the sharpest numbers in the betting industry, guys. I would recommend just doing it with your personal bets, seeing where Ed Fang's numbers are compared to what sides you're kind of liking. That's exactly what this video has been doing each and every week here, and we've been making a pretty good profit. So if you've been tailing, been doing very well, and hopefully we have another profitable week here. So let's get after it. 3 Saturday games here, starting off in the ACC. Kind of a doozer from a straight-up perspective, but they all pay the same, believe me. So even though it's 2 under 500 teams, we'll get after it and hopefully get a win here. We got Duke at FSU. Total of 57 in Doak Campbell Stadium, with FSU laying 5 in Tallahassee. This is a 4 p.m. kick on Saturday, ACC network affair here. Power rank numbers showing FSU should just be 2.8 point favorites. So it's a difference of 2.2 points off where the market is pricing it as of right now. I agree with Ed. FSU should not be this big of a favorite. To tell you the truth, I'm kind of worried that they should even be a favorite at all. FSU laying points, sitting at just 2-6 straight up. Also 2-6 ATS. They've been a money burner all year long. Of course, Mike Norvell in his first season. 2020, kind of a tough time to really take over a program, especially a program in this big a shambles. And we've kind of seen it so far this year. FSU, they haven't played a game in nearly a month. They did lose by over 2 touchdowns to NC State in their last game. They've had COVID issues really the whole year, players quitting. 75% of this roster is either a freshman or a sophomore. So FSU is just not, quarterback issues, laying points here at home to a Duke team where, the market is telling us, look, Duke is catching points to FSU. Obviously hasn't been a good year for the Dukies, but well-coached team under David Cutcliffe, having his worst year record-wise, but a lot of this is attributed to turnovers, guys. And Ed has actually, at thepowerrank.com, done a lot of work on turnover numbers here. And look, some of it can be correlated week to week, in my opinion. However, Duke having 35 turnovers, I believe that's 11 more than the number 2 team in terms of turning the ball over. I think that is a little bit, misleading in terms of their record, how many turnovers they've had. So having, the coaching advantage here, catching points with a Duke team that, yes, they did just get blown out. However, overall, I don't think that they've quit on the season, haven't had as many COVID and quitting issues as FSU. So Duke +5 off the top. I think the market's kind of mispricing this, and I agree with Ed's number here at just 2.8. I even think it should be less, but Duke +5 for the first game, guys. Staying in the ACC for this second game, 3:30 Eastern kick on ABC. We got UNC, that's North Carolina, at the Miami Hurricanes. 68 being the total. Interesting note, we've had huge over money with it opening. I think it's 63, now up to 68. 5-point move towards the over. But I'm more interested in the side here. We got Miami -3 at home. Power rank number -4.5, meaning the the power rank number thinking it should be 1.8 points higher than where the market is pricing it now. I agree with Ed. I think the Miami side is the side here for a couple reasons. Well, first off, 8-1 straight up, 6-3 against the number, where UNC 6-3 straight up, 4-6 against the number. They've been a loser over the course of the season if you've been betting on them each and every week. Sam Howell, yes, a good quarterback, possibly a future at the professional level here, and the offense averaging over 40 points per game. But the thing is, going up against the defenses that create more havoc rate, like Miami does, getting a push there on their defensive front, UNC hasn't performed as well. And the fact Miami's playing pretty good football. We just spoke to the Duke side getting blown out 48-0. That was the Miami Hurricanes doing that. And it speaks to the combination that Miami has offensively. Their offensive coordinator, Rhett Lashley, a Gus Malzahn disciple, works very good here with having a mobile quarterback and being able to throw the ball down the field like Miami can now with De'Ara King and Rhett Lashley. And Rhett Lashley's the offensive coordinator. And their head coach, Manny Diaz, more of a defensive-minded guy, Also, an interesting aspect to this game, Manny Diaz and Mac Brown know each other. Manny Diaz was the defensive coordinator for the Texas Longhorns. Mac Brown was the head coach. Mac Brown fired Manny Diaz in 2013, so that's a little backstory here. Now, all the quotes coming into this week are pretty professional, nothing, no ill will, but I just wanted to throw that out there. There might be something to this. Also, Miami being at home, there is some ATS trends, going back maybe 5-10 years in terms of Miami not performing as well in November and December. However, 2020 is a different season, and Miami being back in South Florida, being able to kind of practice for this matchup here at Hard Rock Stadium, the weather, everything like that, I think it really kind of helps Miami here. And there will be fans, at the stadium, regardless of your political issue. It kind of, pointing here towards Miami having a little bit more of a home field advantage that I think the market is pricing in. So overall, guys, I think Miami defensively will be able to slow down the UNC attack. And Miami will be able to put up points against this UNC defense that has struggled at times. So Miami -3 for the second play here, guys. And last play, heading to the Sun Belt. For an underdog, we got Coastal Carolina at Troy. This one in Troy, Alabama. Troy is catching +14 here, meaning 2 touchdowns, +14 points. There's 13.5 out there or 14. So if you shop around, you can catch the 14. Here in Vegas, it's mostly 13.5, but there are 14s out there, guys. So it kind of speaks to having more than one sports book. Definitely recommend that. And if you can find Troy plus the 14, I think this is the side. Power rank number putting it 12.1, meaning 1.9 number different than when the market is pricing at. Almost 2 full points here. And you're thinking, man, Coastal Carolina, 10-0? They've been a great bet all season. What are you doing going against them? Well, it's spot play, guys. This is one of, if not the worst spot for college football that I can really remember for this year. Coastal Carolina is up against it in this spot play, meaning having to go on the road before the Sun Belt Championship, right after arguably the best win of the college football season, really. I mean, definitely the best win for this Coastal Carolina program, beating BYU, nationally televised game. Just really being able to play that game overall was one of the better things in 2020, irregardless of it being sports for my personal preference. But really just speaks to the spot play. A huge game last week, and the Sun Belt Championship game against the Louisiana Lafayette team that's very good themselves next week. Now they're having to go to a lowly Troy team, about 500 on the season here in Troy, Alabama. We'll see what happens. But McCall, 20 touchdowns, 1 interception. Hey, I don't want to take anything away from kind of his stats and what Coastal Carolina has been able to do. But this Troy program, Gunnar Watson getting healthier each and every week, 70% completion percentage on the season. Troy, last time Coastal went to Troy beat them 45-21 2 years ago. Last week, Troy beat South Alabama 29-0. That was actually, pretty similar to how Coastal Carolina beat South Alabama. Also, they average over 280 yards passing a game. If you're going to beat Coastal, you're going to need to score points throwing the ball down the field. They have the ability to do that. And Troy defensively, they're a defense that actually scores points. They have 4 defensive touchdowns on the year. That's tied for number one in the country. 7 interceptions. So for whatever reason, they've been able to get pressure on the opposing quarterbacks, which is very important against McCall and this Coastal Carolina offense. So overall, I think that Troy catching the 14 is the side here, guys. It's what I bet personally. It's a spot play. Always tough to go against Coastal Carolina. And, sprinkling a little bit on the money line. But for record-keeping purposes, guys, in recap, got Troy plus 14, agreeing with Ed's number on all 3 of these. Troy plus 14, Miami -3 over UNC, and Duke plus 5 over FSU. So, guys, I'm Drew Martin. Coming to you from Las Vegas at Drew Martin Bets on Twitter. Make sure to check out thepowerrank.com for the sharpest numbers in the betting industry. Check it out, done by Ed Fang. So guys, best of luck if you're tailing. We'll keep the good times rolling, hopefully, getting these units up. And best of luck with your bets, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, my name is Ed Fang, founder of The Power Rank. Thanks so much to Drew Martin for making this awesome video. Please follow him on Twitter at Drew Martin Bets. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and you can subscribe to the Power Ranks YouTube channel by hitting that subscribe button below. If you want more of my best predictions, usually saved for paying members of the Power Rank, you can sign up for my free email newsletter. I also provide some analysis each week on college football and NFL games. To sign up for this free service, go to thepowerrank.com. There's also a link in the description. Thanks again for watching.